cart that's overflowing with bags full of empty beer cans. The figure wears a loose shirt and jeans with a ball cap. From a lamppost overhead hangs a large ornament shaped like a lantern with a fringed tassel dangling down. High above, a row of pigeons crowd on the ledges of the old brick buildings. The book's title, Denison Avenue, is printed in a blocky red sign font at the bottom of the page. The author's name, Christina Wong, is also printed at the bottom in a tilted font that imitates the hand-brushed signs of former Toronto landmark Honest Ed's. Back cover. The identical image of the front cover appears upside down. Along the bottom, in the same blocky red sign font, is the book title, and in the same tilted font is the illustrator's name, Daniel Innes. Title page. The title Denison Avenue is printed in a bold black font, 3/4 of the way down a blank white page. Inside front cover. Facing south, the busy intersection of Dundas Street West and Spadina Avenue stretches across two facing pages. To the left, the CN Tower rises up in the distance behind a block of low-rise brick buildings and 3 lanes of traffic. Further off, a large crane stands beside a high-rise under construction. Various signs decorated with Chinese lettering peek out between the bare branches of trees that line the sidewalks. The same hunched figure from the cover crosses the intersection, pushing the cart across streetcar rails embedded in the pavement. A concrete divider and a complicated set of signs and traffic lights mark the streetcar lane from the southbound traffic lane. Pedestrians make their way across the wide intersection to the right side of the street, which is decorated by more Chinese signs. The entire landscape disappears into the south, where more glass skyscrapers loom in the distance. A novel by Christina Wong, Denison Avenue. Dedication. For all the pawpaws, the gungungs, the ningnings, the yeyes in Chinatowns around the world, and for all the Lowa Q. Acknowledgements. Thank you to Jen Suk-Fong Lee. Thank you to Shannon Parr and Jennifer Gallinger. Thank you to Jessica Albert, Chrissy Calhoun, Jennifer Knock, Claire Pokerchuk, and the whole ECW Press team. Thank you to Calvin Kong and K2 Literary. Thank you to Leslie Wong. Thank you to Tracy Wong and Irene Kent. Thank you to Annie Koyama. Thank you to Ruth Gabriel, Laura Kim, Aaron Layton, Libby Roberto, Donna Michelle St. Bernard, Donna and Henry Wong, and Otto Wong. Thank you to Sean McAuliffe, Sachi Rodzis, Robert Ruggiero, Brenda Wong, and Crystal Yeomans. Thank you to the Toronto Arts Council, the Ontario Arts Council, and the Canada Council for the Arts for funding support during the creation of this work. Preface. Our story primarily takes place in Toronto's ChinatownKensington Market, a neighborhood we consider home, one we feel connected to, and one we wanted to pay homage to before much of what we know disappears. While we were working on this book, many of the shops mentioned closed or were forced to close. As the area faces pressures of urban renewal and gentrification that make it largely unaffordable for the working class, we are reminded that the displacement of communities, traditions, language, culture, and people is nothing new. The neighborhood sits on the ancestral and traditional territories of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. And as settlers, a second-generation Canadian and second-generation Chinese-Canadian, we acknowledge the original caretakers of this land and share responsibility that we, too, must take care of the land. We hope our story acts as a catalyst for you to remember the colonial practices that continue to exist in this city and that contribute to the ongoing displacement and inequities, not just in ChinatownKensington Market, but in Toronto, and the ongoing erasure of the histories and stories of marginalized communities. 1. 你忙唔忙嘅事